Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Another tough loss for the Pelicans tonight, man, in Milwaukee against the Milwaukee Bucks. Came down to the last few minutes in overtime tonight, man, and we just couldn't get it done, man. Just couldn't get it done. Another heartbreaker for the Pels, man, as this kind of seemed like, this kind of just been the story of the season, thus far, man. Just haven't been able to get it done, man, when it really, really matters, man. So another heartbreaking, tough loss for the Pelicans tonight, man. Before I jump into this episode, though, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, man. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed. I really, really appreciate you. Um, Make sure you jump in them comments, man. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling out there, man. Definitely want to tap in with all the Pels fans out there as I continue this journey. Uh, Pelicans Flock Report. So, yeah, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. So, first things first, man, let's dive into it. Pelicans lose 141-137 in overtime against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks were without Giannis tonight. Giannis still dealing with that calf injury, but really didn't matter, man. It's kind of like I said in the last episode, just because a team doesn't have a star player doesn't mean they don't have a good team. And the Bucks really showed that tonight. They still played well. They knocked down shots when they needed to, and they played defense the way they need to defend to win this game. And they did what they had to do to win it. Most definitely, I gotta give it to them. Um, as far as the Pels, injured players tonight, man. DeJounte Murray. DeJounte still trying to recover from that torn Achilles injury from last season. It's been said that DeJounte may be back sometime this month. Will he be back in the Pelicans uniform or not? I really don't know. As we all know, the trade deadline is close, and we're still, as fans, looking to see if the Pels are gonna be making any moves or trades before the deadline. We don't know. We still have to wait and see. But hey man, if DeJounte comes back and he's not traded, he'll be suiting up for the Pels sometime this month. Uh, Good start for the Pelicans tonight, man. We started out well. Didn't really have many complaints. We started out really well, man. We defended, we moved the basketball, we rebound. We did everything that we normally do in these games, man. Here lately in the last couple games, like we've been starting out well. We've been starting these games out really, really well. The problem is we just we just can't close games. Second half meltdown for the Pels tonight. Another second half meltdown. Um, Typically around the third quarter. It seemed like that's normally the time where the Pels kind of just had these meltdowns in the third quarter, leading into the fourth. And that's been the story for us these last couple games. I thought maybe we might have figured something out and got it together, but it happened again tonight, and I feel like that's what really cost us this game. Another second half meltdown. Um, and it's kind of like back and forth. It's like if we start out well, we don't finish well. If we don't start out well, then we finish well. So I kind of feel like maybe the Pels should just not start out well, and maybe we can win more games. Like because if they don't start out well, they finish well. So that's been the thing, man. We had to figure out how to uh you know, play well throughout the game, not just start out well, but finish well, you know. And that's been the problem, man, because once, it start getting down into the fourth quarter and things of that nature, man, most NBA teams, they're gonna start turning it up because they want to win the game. So they're gonna start turning it up, playing better, making adjustments, doing all the things they need to do to get the win. And that's been the Pels' problem. We can't do though. We can't uh do what we need to do to get the win when it really matters. Like the first half, yeah, it matters. um, if you know, up by like 20 or 30 points. But I mean, still, this is the NBA, man, in 2026. Like, we've seen teams, have, 30-point leads in the first half and still end up losing. So to be honest, in today's NBA, that doesn't even matter, So you had to start strong and finish strong. It's no ifs and buts about it. Top performers for the night, man. Uh, gotta go with man. Gotta go with my boy, man. Trey Murphy, man. Trey Murphy had a big game, 44 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Huge, huge, huge game for Trey Murphy, man. I gotta say it, man. Huge game for Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy played really well, man. And to be honest, man, if it wasn't for Trey Murphy, this game would have probably been over in the fourth quarter. But Trey came through, man, in the fourth quarter, hit some big buckets to help us send this game into overtime. And um, Trey just had an exceptional game, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love Trey Murphy, man, and what he's been doing this season. He's really been coming on and showing that, he has the potential to be a possible superstar in this league, man, as he continues to grow. Another big game for Trey Murphy, man. Also, Sadiq Bey, another big game for Sadiq Bey. As I said before, this is one of my favorite players on the team right now. And I feel like we have to extend Sadiq Bey, man. We have to find a way to keep this guy on the roster in the Pelicans uniform because, he just brings so much energy and aggressiveness to this team. The way he plays, like I said, it seems like at times, he energized the rest of the guys, and get them going to want to play better, as well. So definitely like what I see from Sadiq Bey this season, man. And I think he's gonna keep it up, man. As long as he continues to stay healthy, I think Sadiq is gonna have a stellar season this year, man. The only bad thing is just, we not winning, man. So um, I would kind of think that if we were winning, Sadiq maybe, you know, possibly could be like a candidate for most improved player or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shout out to Sadiq Bey, man. That's one of my favorite players on the team right now, currently, man. Another big game for him, man. Also, man, Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Uh, okay game for Zion, man. I just kind of felt like, when we really needed Zion, in the fourth quarter, when the Bucks were kind of turning it up a little bit on defense, kind of trying to get to Trey a little bit and kind of frustrate him in the offense. Um, well, frustrate him on defense to kind of keep him from scoring offensively. Um, Zion, I felt, we needed him in those moments, man, to try to come up big, man, and get us buckets when we need them. And, Zion just wasn't able to do that at times, man. And I feel like, at some point, Zion is definitely gonna have to develop a jump shot. We know that Zion is effective getting to the rim, but there are teams in the league um that are figuring out how to defend Zion and stop him from scoring around the rim. I've seen that in multiple games, this one included, where the team just make defensive adjustments to stop Zion from getting to the basket and stop and just kind of take him out of his game. Um, so at some point, as Zion, continues to stay healthy, stay available, and play more, he's definitely gonna have to develop some type of jump shot. Um, you know, mid range, 3-point shot, something, you know, most definitely. So I just felt like Zion, we needed him to come up big on a few possessions, when we couldn't get Trey a good look or a good shot. Like, we needed Zion in those moments. And Zion just wasn't able to do that, man. Now he hit some big, free throw shots and stuff like that to kind of keep the game close, but I just felt like we should have seen a better performance from Zion when it mattered tonight. Uh Next game, man, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota. Now we already know about the Minnesota Timberwolves. We already played them at the Smoothie King Center this season. They got Anthony Edwards. They got Dante DiVincenzo. They got Julius Randle, Nas Reed, uh, Rudy Gobert. You know, we already know that they gonna Jaden McDaniels. We know they gonna come out to play, man. But as always, man, I'm always gonna be confident in my Pels, man. I feel like my Pels can get this thing done. But as I said, man, it's gonna all come down to closing in that second half, man. If we can close in that second half, play well in the first and try to finish strong in that second half, man, I think we got a shot, man. So, hopefully the Pels can pull it off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And yeah, man, that's the next game. So I'll be tuned in watching, see what we can do. Um, but lastly, man, what I want to talk about, as we all know, the trade deadline is coming up. Now, it was reported today that the Pels feel like they have a playoff caliber team. Right now, the way it's constructed, and people are saying that maybe that was an indication that we won't be making any moves before the trade deadline. I myself, I've said this before. I definitely feel like the Pels need to make some moves this season and kind of shake this roster up a little bit, man. Um, Definitely, with the record, being last in the West, still struggling, having chemistry issues and stuff like that. Um, I still feel like the Pels need to make a move, man. Will they make a move? We don't know. Trade deadline is coming up, so we'll see if the Pels make some moves or not. But based off what came out in this report, um, which I read today, the Pels feel like they have a playoff roster right now with what they have, and they may be saying that with DeJounte Murray included, because I mean, we all know, if you follow basketball, we all know that DeJounte Murray is a good player. Like, that was the whole reason for us going after him and acquiring him in that trade, because we know DeJounte Murray, when healthy, is a really good basketball player. And he's a really good defender, especially on the perimeter. So maybe, they were referring to with DeJounte Murray healthy on the court, and, with the rest of the guys, we have a playoff caliber team. But, the thing is that uh we're not looking like a playoff caliber team right now with the record and the way things are going. So I don't know what they were talking about, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I know a lot of fans that I've spoken to are very upset with those comments because everybody pretty much feel like we need to make a move, man. We need to try to figure out what's the direction of this team and what are we gonna do going forward uh, to win, man. Because we definitely want to win. And another question mark I have as well is James Borrego, man. I at this point, man, I really don't know if James Borrego is the guy going forward for this team. That's yet to be seen, but I'm kind of starting to get the feeling that the Pels are maybe gonna move on from James Borrego, man, and possibly look for another coach. That could also be an indication, what came out in that report, that they feel like you know the Pels already have the roster. They just maybe need a better leader on the basketball court. So, um, we might maybe can look for James Borrego to, you know, uh, to be out, after this season. Um, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Pels gonna do. Um, Hopefully, man, we make something happen, because we definitely need some help, man. Definitely need some help, man. That's it for me, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, Pelicans Flock Report. I'm your host, D. Broussard, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below, man. Let me know what you guys thinking out there. What y'all feeling, man? Who do we need to trade? Do we need to make a trade? What do we need to do going forward? These are all things that I want to know from you guys, man. So make sure you tap in with me, man. Let me know what you're feeling, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. once again, like I said, don't forget it. After each and every game, man, Pelicans Flock Report. You don't want to miss it. That's it for me, man. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm out.